Greetings, friendos. Reformed Stoic back with another video. We're going to try to go for a shorter one. I wanted to talk about your life's trajectory and that there's just no going back. This is kind of an epiphany that I had tonight. What does it look like when somebody slips into a slump, slips into a depression? Thinking about the past. I've heard it summarized before that depression is thinking about the past, anxiety is thinking about the future. Well, if that's the case, then it's a lot better to have anxiety than it is to have depression. I've said it before that it's a lot better to be angry than it is to be sad. Anger gets you moving. You might have to have an angry period in your life because when you're in the depression period, you're not moving, you're not grooving, you're not getting things done because you're dwelling in the past. Oh man, I can't believe that happened that way. You gotta get to a point where you're moving forward. Now that's normie advice. That's not really that deep on its own. But the real meat of the epiphany I had is you have to think about the trajectory that your life was taking when everything went to shit. Because nothing ever goes back. I just made a tweet about this on x.com/reformstoic. Follow me up if you haven't. Let's all get premium accounts. If I get 500 premium subs and 50,000 interactions a day for the next 3 months, I will make money off Twitter. Let's go, X. What trajectory was your life taking when everything went to shit? I can only give you my life as an example. I was becoming an individual. I was speaking my mind. I was being wacky and animated. I was being wacky and animated, becoming an individual, speaking my mind. And things went kind of crazy. And I'm not really in a slump in general, but I've been hitting a couple of bad days here and there lately. And in the bad days, I'm like, oh man, I wish I could go back to like the time when I had a lot of friends. But at the end of the day, I wasn't happy then either. If I can follow that trajectory and take it to its omega point, take it to its conclusion, that is where the rest of my life is. That's how I become who I want to be. When I feel really stuck and hopeless, it's just like, man, I can't see a way forward. It's because I'm trying to think in terms of trying to kind of, put the stuff back into Pandora's box. Life is like a series of Pandora's boxes opening. And when people don't make it, it's because they spend valuable time, effort, and energy trying to put all the shit back into Pandora's box. You have to adapt. This is a new stage of my life with a different energy, and you're not harnessing it the right way. Now, if you think in terms of like everything is just super negative, like, oh, I was always a loser fucking forever and women never liked me always. I was like, dude, slap yourself in the face, please. Here, I'll do it. It's like when Joe Rogan ate the cockroach on, what the fuck was that called, dude? Where they did the stunts and stuff. I want to say Ripley's Believe It or Not, but that's not what it's called, dude. BAM! That wasn't the best slap in the world, but we slap ourselves in the face over here, guys. It's one of the new things that we do on the channel. You need to snap out of it, bro. Smack yourself until you're not black-pilled anymore, and some of you guys are going to need to smack yourself a lot, dude. You need to think deeper than that. If that's all you ever had going on in your life, then you basically just are dumb and you never had any sort of depth to you, dude. Your life was taking some sort of a direction, okay? Don't worry about, like, whether or not you were fucking getting laid or any of that shit. It's like, what were you trying to do with your life? What was the momentum? What direction were things taking? When the problem started is when you started thinking about the past and you refused to go with the direction that life was taking, okay? It's like life is an on-rails shooter. You ever play a game where, like, the car moves automatically or, like, the plane moves automatically? You can, like, move from left to right, or you can, like, choose, you know, where you shoot. I mean, the best example I can come up with is, like, the credit screen for Super Smash Bros. Melee. Like, you can move the cursor where you're going to shoot, but the plane is moving automatically, okay? You don't have really a choice of the direction of the flow. If you start swimming upstream, you're never going to get there, buddy. Like, the human being there's like rules for how you use your efficiency, okay? It's like you're in a race or something, like you're swimming, right? You're trying to, like, beat Michael Phelps. You're not going to beat Michael Phelps in the swimming Olympics if you're not following the status quo. There's a particular way that things have to be done if you want to do things efficiently. If you want to lift the most weight that you're possibly going to lift, you have to use the proper technique. Trying to swim upstream, trying to go backwards, thinking, oh, there was this one little point in my life where things were okay, if I could just get back there. There was a direction that your life was taking, and you didn't handle the trajectory right. You didn't follow the energy where it was trying to lead you. Now we're getting to some fruity spiritual shit. I believe that every human being has a particular momentum to their life. And if you just go with the flow of it and understand how there's a positive at the end of the tunnel, that's how you get where you need to go. Everybody in a slump, there's friction. There's friction. You're rubbing up against destiny. You need to follow destiny. All I can think about is my life, guys, okay? How did I get noticed on the internet? By fucking yelling and being eccentric, speaking my mind, venting, okay? And I regretted a lot of that. But Pandora's box is open. There's no going back. And I've made it clear, you know, that I want to take up some sort of a space on the internet and be some sort of influencer. You got to work within the chaos. You change things, you improve upon things, but you improve upon things in that direction. You follow the momentum. I yell sometimes, I've been eccentric, I speak my mind, I vent. I can do all of those things, but better. And I can keep doing those things, and I can learn how to monetize those things. And that can be my path to success. Maybe not everybody's life is the same way, but there's this mystical force that guides my channel that has a theory behind it that my life is similar to everybody's life. Or everybody who's like going through this kind of struggle that I feel like I'm going through. Isolation, you fell out of the world. I've just been kind of assuming that somehow we're all sharing the same experience. That's what a lot of my channel's advice is built on. You can try it. If it doesn't work for you, then so be it. But one more time before this short 10-minute video is over. Roughly 10 minutes. Yeah, almost 10 minutes in 7 seconds. There's a trajectory to the human life. There's never, ever, ever going back. I wanted to critique MAGA. Make America great again. Nothing ever happens again. Can make America great. It should just be MOG. There's no again. It could be a different kind of great. Like, if you oversimplify things, it's like, well, my life used to be good, and I want it to be good again. Yeah, but it's going to be a different good. It's going to be in a different way. You do need to detach from the way that things were. That's over. That part of your life is over. And you got in this chaos, and you're like, oh, this chaos is bad. Things were good. Now they're bad. Don't oversimplify it. You got to be like an Indian tracker, you know? Like, sometimes on TV shows, there's like the Indian guy who's like, I smell the scent of the buffalo, and there will be rain this weekend. And then he's fucking right. Like you can tune in, investigate, sense, intuit what direction was your life taking. Get rid of just the pure things were good, now they're bad. Take that out of it. What direction was your life headed before you fell into a slump where you probably started thinking about the past, and that caused depression? Anxiety, worried about the future. Depression, worried about the past. And guess what? When you confront the depression, thinking about the past too much, there will be some anxiety. It's like, oh, I wish I was back in the past again. Oh man, now I'm going to start figuring out like where I'm going. And it's like, damn, where am I going? But you know what? That's thinking forward. Okay? That is better than being stuck in the past. And you might need a little bit of anger, because anger is better than sadness. Don't let it consume you. And at some point, you'll have to maybe like go to anger management or some shit. I think I've already been through my angry phase, but I don't know. Then I start thinking about the past again. It's like, damn, now we're getting sad again. Now I might need to get angry again. Maybe the whole fucking process has to start over multiple times. Blam! Follow the trajectory, my friends. This is my message for the chosen ones. Chosen ones, you are ascending into 5D consciousness. Congratulations. Peace out, chosen ones. You're getting absorbed into the pleroma. I don't know about that. I don't know about all that. But this is my little epiphany message for everybody. Try it. Okay? Chances are your entire life wasn't dog shit. Even if you were a fucking little kid. Here's the most extreme example. Like, I've been a fucking loser my entire life, Stoic. But you used to be a kid, and you played in your bedroom, and you played video games, and you had snacks, and you did whatever the fuck you wanted. It's like, I liked being a little kid and watching TV and movies and shit. And then, by middle school, like, I realized I was a loser. And then people, like, hit puberty, and I didn't. Or I turned out to be fat, and I got bullied. Even something there. There was some sort of a trajectory. Like, maybe you should be a comedian. Maybe you have commentary on the world. I think everybody has a trajectory, dude. And I think everybody had things that they cared about, and everybody had a life direction. I don't really think anybody in my audience is this, like, true blue loser who didn't have some sort of a trajectory or a direction. It's like, literally, Stoic, I'm just fucking 5'2", and I just suck. And I have nothing to offer the world. I don't believe it. You had a trajectory. You need to step back. Go back a little bit. Just go back to that moment when life kind of like started getting fucked up. And think, what was the trajectory? What was the trajectory? Where was it supposed to go? I got caught up in the past. I got too caught up in like, oh, this is a transitionary period and shit's happening and it doesn't seem good. Analyze the trajectory and follow that trajectory. And like, it's so abstract that I have to keep going back to my example. Like, I vented in the wrong way. I had crazy, like wild spurg outs in the wrong way. I was eccentric. I was venting. I was speaking my mind. And by the way, a lot of the shit that I did was fine. I don't give a fuck about anything I ever did. Fuck it. Got a problem? Fuck yourself. You see, I've adapted. I've followed the trajectory. You can do it better. You can do it better. But you can't swim upstream, little buddies. You gotta go with the current. And you were scared. You were scared of where life was taking you. And you didn't fucking man up to the current. But that current's still there. It's just waiting for you. That same trajectory, that same current is waiting for you. And as soon as you can realize that there's no going back and that you don't want to go back, dude, fuck everybody. Like, yeah, I lost my friends, but they all sucked. And for the record, I hope all of them are doing great. And maybe someday we can laugh about all of this. But right now, my luck dragon, like in the Neverending Story, he's waiting for me. He's waiting for me to get back on. And yours is too, buddies. And you gotta fucking... Duh! You know what I'm saying? Wrinkles is looking at me like I'm nuts. You gotta follow the trajectory that your life was taking, guys. So I don't want to say the same thing over and over and over again. I've managed to go 6 minutes longer than I wanted to. Follow it. Trust it. I'm trying to help you by saying you can never go back. Things will never be how they were. Don't make it so polar, like it was good and now it's bad. It's like, well, it was safe and now it's unsure. It was secure and now it's kind of in the aether and chaotic. It was stable and now it's chaotic. Things were boring and now they're crazy. Reframe things and be like, okay, I can work with crazy. I can work with unstable. I can work with chaos. Follow it. Follow it, boys. Out of the black pill, out of your slump, to brilliance, to amazing things. God bless you, my friends. My next video will be like a real video. This is a real video, though. Real. One more for the road. Bam! All right. God bless you, my friends. I'll see you next time.